Hello guys, I'm your teacher. Welcome to our lesson. In this lesson, you can learn how to write a story in English. We need to tell stories every time, everywhere. In our class, you can learn how to build a story step by step. You will see one story. You'll see how to use the same simple ideas in almost any story. Are you ready for my story? Let's go. My story is about one very famous person. Do you recognize him? Think well. I think you know this person. Okay, I will help you. This person is an author of all stories about Sherlock Holmes. He is a very famous British writer, and so well he was a medical doctor. Okay, this story that I want to show you happened with Conan Doyle. Are you ready? We will read it together. Follow me, okay? Good. Once, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle arrived in Paris. He took a cab and asked the cabman to take him to the hotel. The cabman brought him to the hotel and said, "Thank you very much, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle." "How do you know who I am?" asked Sir Arthur. He was very much surprised. "Well, sir, I read in the newspaper yesterday that you were coming to Paris from south of France. I also noticed that your hair was cut by a barber in the south of France. Your clothes, and especially your hat, told me that you were English. I put all the information together and guessed that you were Sir Arthur Conan Doyle." "That's wonderful," said Sir Arthur. "You could recognize me through very few facts. Besides," added the cabman, "your name is on both of your traveling bags. That also helped." So the cabman played a good joke on Conan Doyle. So, did you understand this story? I think yes, it's easy and very funny. Okay guys, my question, how to start a story? It's easy. There are basic rules, simple rules. To start a story, you have to use basic W questions. Who, when, where, and what. So guys, to start a story, you have to think about characters. Who are the characters of your story? You have to think about time, when it happened, and about the place. Where did it happen? Where did it happen, the story? And it's important, you have to think about events in order and to present them in order they happen. And the most important thing of the story of all stories and the climax event which makes your story interesting, maybe funny, maybe scary, okay? And don't forget to think about feelings of your characters. Good? So, my story, it is about Conan Doyle. It was about Conan Doyle. So the main character of my story was Conan Doyle, and the second character, it was the cabman. When? What's the time? When did it happen? Once, we don't exactly know, okay? One day. So, the place, where did it happen? It happened in Paris. And what are events that we have to present in order they happen, okay? So first of all, we'll see he arrived in Paris after he took a cab and asked the cabman to take him to the hotel after something happened, okay? It's a joke that the cabman played to Conan Doyle. This is the joke, the dialogue between these two persons, okay? And our climax event. What is our climax event? We'll see here the climax event that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle didn't understand how the cabman could recognize him. But he could recognize him because of the name on board of the traveling bags. Okay, is it clear? And what is about feelings? Feelings. Conan Doyle was surprised. Okay, look, he was very much surprised. Why he was surprised? He was surprised because of the cabman, which played a good joke on Conan Doyle. So, this is the story. And in this story, we have answered all the questions, basic W question, who, when, where, and what. But when you write your story, when you tell your story, you have to think about verbs. Look, all the verbs in this story are in one tense. What is this tense? Be careful. Arrived, took, asked, brought, sat, was, were, told, said, added. What is this tense? So right you are, the past simple tense. You have to remember that past simple tense, you use regular verbs, you add ed ending to the verbs, and sometimes you use irregular verbs. You have to memorize special form, second form of the verbs, okay? For example, wash, washed, help, helped, go, special form, went, make, special form, made. And you use it after such words like yesterday, last week, 2 days ago, the day before yesterday, or once, like in our story. Okay, is it clear? We'll continue. And now, guys, it's time for practice. I have prepared something for you. Look at the whiteboard. So, we have here 6 pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you guys to think about a story you can make using these 6 pictures. You have to describe these pictures and you have to answer this W question, basic W question. Who do you see in the picture? When did it happen? Where? And what happened? Okay, guys? And don't forget about feelings. So, for example, the first picture. Who do you see? Who do you see? Who are they? Where are they? What are they doing, guys? Try to answer to all these questions. So, who are the characters of this picture? When? When we don't exactly know, we can say once, okay? Once, one day. So, we'll try to answer to these questions. Good. Characters of this picture are children. What time? I said once. Place. It happens in the forest. What did they do, these children? They gathered mushrooms, okay? We don't, right now, we don't know about climax event, maybe about feelings, okay? Not now. Now we know that once children gathered mushrooms in the forest. And we have the first sentence. Look, please. First picture, and first sentence. We'll read together. Once children gathered mushrooms in the forest. Now guys, try to think about the second picture. Second picture. You still have to think about W questions, okay? Who, what happened? Any ideas? We'll check. Let's go. Okay, this is the hole, okay guys? There are eyes of somebody. We don't exactly know who is it in the hole. So our sentence is, suddenly they saw a hole. And in the hole, a terrible animal with burning eyes. And look at these children. They got scared. Okay? So do the same with the next picture, please. Do the same. Who and what happens? I will help you. This is a forester. The forester, okay? Are you ready with your sentence? We'll check. They ran through the forest and they met a forester. What happened? Asked the forester. And the children answered, we saw a terrible animal. Good. Next one. Let's go. The same W questions. Who and what happened? Are you ready? Let's check it. Emotion. Okay, look at him. He was surprised. The forester was surprised. He decided to go and to check. Okay, we check and he checked. To check it out. Okay, good, easy. Next one. What happened here? The same, okay? Look at the guys. What do they feel? Look at the forest, the hole. Probably the same. We'll check the sentence, okay? They reached the hole. The forest looked, and there was a really terrible animal in the hole. Really terrible animal in the hole with hungry eyes. Okay? So what happened after? Is it after? Is it interesting? And after, this is the climax event, something very important, something which makes our story to be interesting. Are you ready? Good. Look at this picture. What do you see here? Forested children. Are they still scared? No. Is it a terrible animal? Really? With burning, scared eyes? No, who is it, guys? So we name it the climax event. We'll describe it, okay? So our sentence is, the forester took his rifle and shouted, "Get out of the hole!" And then a small kitten came out of the hole. So we name it, guys, the climax event. Is it funny? Yes, right, you are, absolutely. It's very funny. So, guys, we answered all the questions. Who? Children. When? Once. What the place? In the forest. Even Senota gathered mushrooms, met someone in the hole, okay? Climax event. It was a small kitten and not a terrible animal. And what feelings did they feel? First, they were scared, and after they laughed. Good, guys. This is the story, and I want you to know that the author of this story is a famous person, Vladimir Suteyev, Russian author. He created this story. He created a lot of story for children, and he created all these pictures that we saw, which were made for this story especially. Okay, guys. So don't forget when you write a story to think about who, when, where, and what. Don't forget about characters, time, place, events, and feelings.